Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from the Bruery, and they are out of Placentia, California. This is their Poterie, and according to what I'm saying here, this is a monster beer, guys. This is 16.8%, and it is in a huge 750 milliliter wine bottle with a foil on the top of it. High dollar beer, I am sure, and my brother Rico sent this to me. And this is the bourbon barrel aged version, aged in bourbon barrels, 16.8%. Awesomely big beer, monster beer. This is a big boy's beer. Drink this one at home, guys. I wouldn't even have a designated driver. You try to drink a couple glasses of this, and you're going to be shit-faced. Ain't no doubt freaking about it. It's the final beer of the evening for me, and for her too. We're going to pour me a glass. I'm going to pour her a glass. I might step out on a deck and have a cigar to go with this monster Godzilla-sized beer. And they're considering this an old ale. So, commercial description on this, it says Poterie, and I'm probably butchering that up because I'm not French. It's French for Poterie, the traditional 8-year anniversary gift. Our 8th anniversary ale follows in the footsteps of our anniversary releases before it, which are loosely based on an English-style old ale, fermented with our house yeast strain and then blended using the Solera method. This means that a portion of each anniversary ale is saved in oak barrels and blended in with next year's production, providing more complexity and depth of character as the years go by. The result is layered in robust and complex flavors of toffee, caramel, dark fruit, vanilla, and oak. Poterie will age gracefully for decades when cellaring properly. 16.8%. This beer is going to keep 20 years or more. Editor's note here says this is the entry for the brewery's Bourbon Barrel Aged Anniversary Beer. That's what this is, the Bourbon Barrel Aged Edition, with a big gold foil cap. And over to their website, it says exactly the same thing I just read to you, and also gives some food pairings. Osso buco, whole roasted duck, cream brulee, buttermilk pancakes. My God, you better be eating them pancakes for dinner. If you're eating this for breakfast and drinking this, you're going to be a drunk some beach, no doubt. Craft corners and unchained melodies. And basically that's all it's saying here, guys. Not a whole lot of other information, and it says here 16.8%. IBUs are 15 on this beer. And it says it was released in 2016. And it doesn't say when in 2016 that it was released. Maybe done in January, maybe done in July, maybe done in December. Don't really know. I wish they would put that on their website. Released December 2016, August 2016, February 2016. So we'll know how many months old the beer is. We know it's 2016, but when in 2016? If it was done in March of 2016, this is March of 2017. It's a year old in the bottle. So I would like to see the vintage on these guys. And just me. It's just my OCD. I want to know how old the freaking beer is in the bottle. Don't tell me just the year. I know it's good for a lot of people, but if it was done in December of 2016, this is March. It's only 4 months old. If it was done in January, it's 14 months old. So tell me what the vintage and the month. We don't need the day. That's irrelevant. That's absolutely irrelevant. But tell me what month the vintage was done, especially on your website. If you don't want to put it on the bottle, tell me on your website. It was We bottled this in March of 2016. Tell me. Tell me. Okay, that's all we need to talk about here on this. We've talked about everything else. We're about tired of talking. It's about time to start pouring and drinking. Like I said, final beer of the evening for me. And I haven't brought up the site over here for the food pairing, but it's also already done told you that. So let me type. While I try to get some of this foil off, and hopefully the computer will find it real quick. And it has like a wine thing on it. Supposedly you should be able to grab this and pull this little thing off all the way around, like you do a wine bottle, and this foil should come off of the cap. Just like that. That's the way it should be done. No wax, no little bits of foil, and you're picking them off in little bitty pieces. That's the way it's supposed to come. That's the way it should be done. Good job there at the brewery. They ain't dipping all these in wax where you gotta break it off in little bitty pieces. And let me bring this up. Cheese of buttery brie, good Havarti Swiss, General Digestive. And these, they use a little bit bigger cap, and it's a little hard for me to get this damn thing in there. Alright, a little bit of the hiss. Glassware to pint, Becker tumbler snifter, oversized wine glass. I got my favorite snifter. Ooh, it looks pretty cloudy, pretty murky coming out. And this can be sold for forever and ever, basically. 16.8%. This beer will keep every bit of 20 years if you wanted to do a vertical. But being their anniversary, I don't know if they'll ever do it again. So it is what it is. Alright, about a half a finger of head on that pour. It is a murky brown, guys. It is very, very cloudy, murky brown. Looks like river water. Now, I know that don't sound too appetizing, but basically it's pretty brown. And it's pretty dark, too. I can't see a lot of light through the beer. Let's get a nose on this one. I am getting some hints of the alcohol. 16.8%. That's almost 17%. This will blow the little boy's britches right off. Blow their little head off too. So you better be used to drinking a beer of this magnitude. If not, drink it at home, because your head is probably going to be spinning around and around and around if you're not used to drinking this magnitude of a beer. And I am, and it still blows my little head off sometimes. That's what I usually save these kind of beers for the final beer of the evening, so all I got to do is stagger back the hallway and fall down into bed. Caramel, toffee, hints of dark fruit, molasses, and alcohol. I am getting some alcohol in those, I'm not going to lie to you guys. And that may subside over time. If you keep this 10 years, it may subside. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. 15 years, sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. 20 years. It's going to mellow out, it's going to combine. It's probably going to be a little tastier after 10 or 15 and even 20 years. It's going to be a little tastier than what this is being done in 2016. But Rico spent his hard-earned money, and I know this wasn't a cheap beer to buy, so I'm obligated to do it in a timely manner. The alcohol's there, the molasses and the sweetness is there, and the bourbon is there. And the bourbon is in the front seat, taking it all up. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. Wow. 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 Big bourbon notes. That is boozy, guys. I will tell you straight up, it is boozy. And this would probably be a great candidate if you chose to pick this up to put it away for a while. At least 5 years. At least 5 years. Or if you got deep pockets, buy 4 of them. Drink one now. Drink one in 5, 7 years. Drink one at 10, 15 years, and drink the last one at 20. And see if you can notice the differences and see how much more subtle. And if the booziness or the alcohol has subsided and if anything's blended well together. That's what I do sometimes when I get two of these guys. Or I get multiple years. Do the vertical, do the side by side. 9 times out of 10, you're going to taste the difference from a fresh bottle to one that's been cellared for 5 or 10 years. That's a big boy's beer. I ain't going to lie to you at all. A lot of alcohol in this beer. And I am smelling it and I am tasting it. If you like big bourbon notes, wow. This has got it. The alcohol is not hidden at all. Nary at all. That is a giant Godzilla King Kong of a beer. Wow. I'm liable to be a little shit-faced when I come back on this one. This is huge beer. Big alcohol notes. Wow. Makes my head spin already. Damn. Wow. Well, let's let it warm up. It's right out of the fridge. Pour her a glass. Hope she's got dinner ready, because if she drinks this, she won't be able to fix it. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Been sipping on it about 30 minutes or so. Other half loved it, and I do too. It is a little heavy on the boozy side. Big bourbon notes on this beer. Great candidate to cellar. This would be a perfect one to cellar for 5, 10, 15, even 20 years or more. They let these flavors and everything combine and mellow out, because it's probably going to mellow out a little bit over time. I would hope it would. A lot of times the alcohol, the booziness will subside. Sometimes it does not. But if you sell it for 20 years, I got a feeling it's going to subside a little bit, and it's going to combine and come together. It's going to be a little tastier beer than what it is right now. Being a 2016 version, not knowing what month in 2016 it was done. Here we're doing it in the days of 9th of March of 2017. So don't know if it's 4 months old or 14 months old, guys. Don't know when in 2016 they did it. The website did not say. And it doesn't have any kind of dating on the bottle. I looked at it when I come back and it does not have anything. So it is what it is. We're at their mercy when they do these kind of beers. And being an anniversary bourbon barrel, you may be able to look and hunt and seek and find out exactly, go to their Facebook page or whatever, and it may have some more information than what I'm giving you here. But it is a very tasty beer. It's an awesome beer. It is heavy on the booziness, but it is a very tasty beer. A great final beer of the evening, which it is for me. But the bourbon is taking up the front seat, and probably it's in a school bus, and it's taking up half the seats. Heavy alcohol presence to this beer, no doubt about it. It's almost like drinking straight bourbon almost. Big beer. Final chug. Well, that's 2, and it's still got some left there. I'm not leaving anything of this, because I'm sure this is a very pricey beer to buy. I would not be surprised if this is not a $25, $30 or even higher bottle of beer. Rico did not tell me what he paid for this, but I'm sure this is a pricey beer, being an almost 17% bourbon barrel aged beer. Wow. Awesome beer, guys. To me, other than being heavy on the booziness, and you can expect that with a almost 17%, just done last year sometime. It's delicious, guys. It is. It is very delicious. If you're into the bourbon barrel aged stuff, heavy bourbon barrel aged notes on this with the alcohol. Wow, and double wow. Big beer, big boy beer. If you're not used to drinking this magnitude of a beer, you better drink this one at home. Because you may make a fool of yourself if you're trying to drink this out at a bar or a brew pub. I'm not even sure they even put this in any kind of kegs. It may be a bottle only release. So drink it at home, guys. That's my suggestion. That'd be the hot tip. 100 for me, guys. Like I said, heavy on the booziness, but very, very tasty beer. Especially for something that's been put in a bourbon barrel. And I guarantee you, first run bourbon barrels on this, and with the bourbon notes I'm getting and the alcohol that I'm getting. Big beer. Big boy beer. Ray Beer has this. No score. Not enough people have commented on this beer. Let's take a look. See how many people actually have. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people have commented on this beer. October, November, December, and January. So there's no other reviews older than October. So got a feeling this was probably done at the August, September, October era there somewhere of 2016. Since the very first one was posted in October. And 3 of them given it in the 4 rating, and 1 of them is in the 3.3. Must have been a wimp there. If this didn't impress you, you're not even be drinking bourbon barrel aged beers, because this is impressive. Alright, let's run over to Ray Beer. Ray Beer says overall 199 in the South. Impressive numbers from them, and I agree 100%, guys. This is an awesome beer, world class, a great candidate to cellar. Maybe the booziness will subside. It's not going to subside in a year or 2 probably. This is the one that it needs to set in the bottle for quite a while for the alcohol to subside. And sometimes you might sell this beer 10, 15, even 20 years, and it's still going to have that big alcohol booziness to it. But I got a feeling the flavors and the aromas and everything's going to come together a little bit better if you do sell this for that long of a time. Final check-in, guys. We're going to run over to Untapped. They have it at 4.32, which is definitely in their A, solid A numbers. Not up to their maximum numbers, but solid A from those guys. So it's definitely an A beer all the way around, guys. And if you've had it, let me know what you think. This is from the brewery. They're Poterie. I guess it's how it's Poterie, which means pottery in French. Let me know what you think, guys. This is pretty damn tasty. It's about time for dinner and go back and fall down into bed. Alright, guys. If you've had it, let me know what you think. Come on back tomorrow. Let's pick something tasty out of that fridge. See you then.